Let me tell you a little story about that poppy you just saw. So yesterday morning, that poppy bloomed unawares. I had no idea it was gonna bloom, and it just shot out this just gorgeous orange poppy. So I thought this morning that would be really cool to capture on time lapse. So I get out the lighting and I adjusted it. We brought him inside last night because it got really cold, and I had the proper lighting set up, and I had my camera focused on it, and I had to take Steffi to school, so I just set it, and I thought when I got back, yes, instant great footage. No, I got back and nothing had happened. Like, nothing, hadn't even moved. So I thought, well, okay, this works. I get another chance, so got into the memory card, deleted that file. It was like 30 minutes long. The battery was almost depleted, so I changed the battery and set it up again. But this time, I got it in an even better looking shot, right? The depth of field was beautiful. The bokeh looked really good against the silhouette of the window, and the artificial light was lighting it up really nicely, but the sun was starting to come in. It was a really nice shot. This time I actually zoomed in on it a little bit more too, just to create a little more depth of field, to bring it into focus, lined it up on the grid, and it was just like, it was a great shot. So set the time lapse. I said, we're gonna get this. It's gonna be awesome. That was gonna be the intro to this video. An hour later, nothing had happened. In fact, the poppy had moved away from the lens so that it became less in focus, because I had manual focus on, because I was recording in 120 frames per second. No big deal, I thought. I can reset it up. It's going to bloom. Like, you could look at the seed head, or the pod, the whatever, what do they call that? The bud. You could see that the bud was like ready just to pop. I mean, it just looked like it was just gonna explode open with this gorgeous poppy. But nothing happened. I just knew, like, I knew without a doubt, I knew that as soon as I took the camera off of it, that thing was gonna bloom, and I was gonna miss it. I knew it, so I just kept the camera on it. I kept rolling. I went through 3 batteries. 3 batteries. Over the span of 3.5 hours, almost 4 hours, I realized the bud had moved a little bit more towards the sunlight. So I thought, you know, I'm gonna move it into the sunlight. I'm gonna get it in a direct line of path with those wonderful photons. I knew that getting in that sun ray was gonna cause it to bloom, and I was gonna be the proud parent of one of the best poppy time lapses that the world has ever seen. After going through and clearing out a bunch of useless files of the camera, staring at this poppy bud, this blossom about ready to just explode into its beauty, I set it one last time, and this time I made sure that it was the perfect shot. Like, if I'd have got this shot, National Geographic would have been calling me for stock footage. I hit record, I walked away, I came back, nothing. Literally nothing had happened. It hadn't moved again, it just sat there. So as it stands, it sits over here, and you just saw it. It sits over here ready, taunting me, teasing me like it's gonna bloom, but it still hasn't bloomed. And you know what? I'm glad. I kind of hope it doesn't bloom. I wasted almost 5 hours this morning chasing a poppy bloom that never bloomed, chasing a dream that never came true. The moral of this story is that as a filmmaker, you go through a lot, and I mean a lot of video, trying to get one perfect shot. Don't get discouraged if you have to do it over and over and over again, because I'm not kidding you when I say every time I hit record, I readjusted the focus and I readjusted the frame, and it got just a little bit better. So tomorrow morning, what do you think I'm going to be doing? That's right. Actually, I probably won't. Yeah, I might. Yeah, I think I will. I want to get that poppy. But the point is, you have to work at it. Like, you're never, hardly ever going to get the perfect shot the first time you do it. It just takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. And you got to have some thick skin for your own shortcomings oftentimes. And to be honest with you, you know, you just can't gauge when stuff's going to happen right. could not tell you if that poppy's gonna bloom in the morning. I'm guessing it will, but it may not. I may waste another 4 hours, but I'm gonna get that shot at some point and it's gonna be amazing. And it's probably only gonna last 5 seconds, you know, on YouTube after I speed it up and slow it down at the right parts. But it's worth it to me, just because it's about doing. I've set a goal, it's something I really wanna get, and until I get it, I'm not gonna stop. You have to be able to be that kind of warrior when it comes to filmmaking. Like, you have to put every ounce of effort into it, otherwise it's just never going to turn out the way you want it to. And then in all honesty, oftentimes even after it turns out, it's not exactly the way you want it to. But leave it like that, because done is better than perfect, and if you're ever satisfied with something, it means you're not going to learn anymore. As long as you're not fully satisfied with what you're making, you're gonna strive to be better and better and better. And if you're new here, I'm Hyatt. I'm a daily vlogger and filmmaker. I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, click like. Leave me a comment down below telling me your biggest or hardest or most difficult shot that you ever got as a filmmaker. That doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like proper English. Tell me the hardest shot you've ever achieved as a filmmaker. Thanks for watching, I think. Yeah, I'm glad you watched. I hope you're glad you watched. Okay, bye.